There are many Americans with favorite baseball stars, as it is one of the most popular and loved sports in the country. Sure, many people like to know how their hero is in real life, but can be disappointed at times to realize who the man behind the jersey really is, and how he treats others with his personality. Well, few people would be disappointed to learn about one of the greatest the game has ever seen, in Lou Gehrig. When talking about him, it is hard to realize the courage he had on that June 4th evening when he addressed the Yankee faithful with his infamous retirement speech that sent many to tears. Here was a man who knew he didn't have much time to live, yet let alone had trouble standing still, giving all he had to speak in front of a full Yankee stadium, telling them how grateful and honored he was to be the luckiest man on the face of the world. Lou Gehrig was a man with more talent than almost anyone in the world, but also made him a hero, which in which case he also possessed phenomenal humility, to which would give him a legacy that no one would forget, especially after his premature death, which would go down as a disease called ALS, which was later named after him, called Lou Gehrig's disease. Lou Gehrig was born on June 19, 1903, in New York City, being the son of German immigrants. He was the only one of 4 children to survive, so he learned to value each and every minute, to live life as a treasure, being the more humble man that he would later become. His mother, Christina, worked nonstop in a house, whether it went from cleaning to cooking to taking care of her son, while his father, Heinrich, had many troubles in finding a job and struggled immensely for having poor health. In 1921, he attended the Columbia University. In 1923, Gehrig believed that his best sport would be baseball, so he joined the Columbia baseball team in 1923. It was while playing there that he opened the eyes of baseball scout Paul Kitchell, who loved Gehrig's hitting ability, to the extent where he offered him a $1,000 bonus to sign with the Yankees. It was after that season where he would be wearing the Yankee pinstripes for the next 13 seasons and be known much more than how he produced on the baseball field. It was there that he gained his nickname, the Iron Horse. He received this name because he played in 2,130 consecutive baseball games. His passion for the game helped set him apart from other athletes, as his commitment to the team was second to none. During those 13 seasons, Lou accumulated stats that were amongst the greatest of all time, having a career average of .340 and earning the Most Valuable Player award in the 1936 season. In 1938, though, Gehrig's average fell below .300 for the first time in 12 seasons. Things did not seem right. He was not hitting the ball nearly as far, and doctors were quick to diagnose him that he had a gallbladder problem. Then they put him on the bland diet, only to make him weaker than he already was. Then, in 1939, he got off to another bad start. The media even asked Yankee coach Joe McCarthy at the time whether Lou should be taken out of the lineup, which was responded to, that choice was up to Lou. In the 8th game of that season, he stumbled making a routine catch at first base. Even though he made the catch, he realized his body could not handle the game, so he took himself out of the lineup for the first time in 2,130 games. The man known as the Iron Horse looked more human than ever, as the fans in the stadium were shocked at the announcement that he was no longer in the lineup. He was later diagnosed with the later rare disease called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS. Upon receiving this tragic news, the baseball career of a Yankee great was finally over. The Yankees then hosted a day of recognition to honor Lou Gehrig on July 4th, 1939. Little did people know that this would be one of the days of the most memorable, if not the most memorable, speeches of all sports that would move all 62,000 Yankee fans in attendance that day to tears. As Gehrig was called on to speak, he stood still for a period of time, being awestruck by the respect the fans gave him. As he was then comforted by Babe Ruth, he gathered up the courage to speak his words. Also, he had to keep both hands on his hat to prevent himself from shaking while speaking to the fans. He would then go on to say, "Fans, for the past 2 weeks you have been reading about the bad break I got. Yet today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I have been in ballparks for 17 years, and have never received anything but kindness and encouragement from you fans. Sure, I'm lucky. When everybody down the groundskeepers and those boys in the white coats remember you with trophies, that's something. When you have a wonderful mother-in-law who takes sides and squabbles against her own daughter, that's something. When you have a father and a mother who work all their lives so you can have an education to build your body, it's a blessing. And when you have a wife with the tower of strength and shown more courage than you dreamed even existed, that's the finest I know. So, I close in saying, I may have had a tough break, but I have had an awful lot to live for. The legacy of Lou Gehrig left upon this nation as a true man, as he was helped to give courage to all who suffer. He left a message that said, even if someone that were to have a couple unlucky breaks in life, that we could still be thankful for and truly value the love that other people bring as the key to life, and that people can have great life regardless of the number of days, but by being a great and humble human being. It is that in following these steps that the Yankee great followed, that people can follow to use as an inspiration to live the lives the best that we possibly can.